Hello, I'm Clay from a frog stream in Long Valley, New Jersey, and I'm here to bring you this week's Weekly Ribbon. So today, I'd love for you to join me, go on a journey as I do some winter visits, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about an awesome new product for 2020. Let's get going. Alright, we made it safely to our first stop. And I don't know if you noticed it or not, but that pond, it was a little blue, a little dark. What that is we put dye in this pond to help deter the mink from getting the people's fish. And if you want to learn a little bit more about that, there's a link up here. I don't know, it's somewhere up here, or left, right, I don't know where it is. So it's up there, but that's not why we're here today. I'm here today to kind of show you a little situation where this new device will help you out a lot. So let's say you're going out to your pond, kind of like I am right now. I go around to do these, but you probably do this for your own pond too. You go out there, you get there, and you notice that your pump is maybe not working correctly, and you need to shut it off, or you want to shut it off to check something out. But your outlet is kind of in a similar situation where you have to step over you have to step over this. The outlet's underneath a deck. You gotta bend down. You gotta try to find which plug is the plug to unplug your pump. And maybe instead of only 2 or 3 plugs out there, maybe you have 6 different things that are plugged in. And you gotta try all of them because you have no idea which one goes to that pump. That's frustrating. It takes forever sometimes. And you're kneeling down in a very difficult situation trying to unplug things to try to find the right plug. And in the past, we've tried labeling these using label guns and zip ties to label things, like a blue zip tie for a pump. But all this stuff ends up not working over time. The ink wears off, and it's just frustrating. So with this new device, you can actually turn your pump on and off with a push of a button from your smartphone. You can look at your smartphone and know which plug is the plug you need to unplug for your pump. So how cool would that be? Do you want to know what it is? Let's check it out. I unveil to you the Aquascape Smart Control Plug. I know, it doesn't look like much, but this little guy is going to make our lives so much easier. Okay, you're probably asking yourself, what in the world is it? Well, essentially, it's just a 3-outlet plug. This plug goes into your outlet, and then you have 3 outlets on it. It provides power to 3 devices. But what this little guy does is it allows you to control those devices with your smartphone. You're probably asking yourself, how in the world do you do that? Well, you need Wi-Fi, you need a smartphone, and you have to download the app. So that's what has to happen in order to get this guy to work. But let's not go into that right now. Let's go into what can this actually do and how can it help you. It's awesome, and I'm very excited to tell you about it. So, let's circle back around to labeling. Each smart plug has 3 outlets on it, and they're labeled 1, 2, 3. The cool thing about this is, once you plug that device into each outlet, on the app, you can label that device. So the one plugged into the 1 outlet is, let's say, your pump. The 2, your de-icer, and 3, let's say, your aerator, since we're filming this in the wintertime. So let's say you have those 3 devices on there. You can either, if you need to service it, you can either go out there and turn it on and off with your smartphone or your iPad or whatever device you're using to control that outlet. Or if you're going out there to, let's say, I don't know, you got to service your pump. And even though you could turn the pump off with your phone, pushing that cool button, if you're going to service your pump, you need to really unplug it. You really shouldn't stick your hands in there and stuff if it's still plugged in. So instead of going out there, and if your outlet kind of looks like this, you have to go out there and fiddle around with the outlet, the plug, trying to figure out which one's your pump. This way you can go out there, you have the smart plug, you know your pump is plugged into our outlet labeled number 1 unplug that, and you know you have your pump unplugged and you're good to go. So that's a great thing. You don't have to mess around trying to figure out what plug to unplug. Okay, we talked about the labeling of it and how easy it's going to be to go out there and be able to unplug your lights. But now with the smart plug, you actually have an on-off switch that travels with you everywhere, and it's on your phone. So imagine this. Let's say you have your aerator running. Yeah, you have it on a timer, but you go out there at a time of day that the aerator is usually running, and you just want to turn it off for a little while so you can see your fish, because when that aerator is running, you can't see your fish because it's turbulating the top of the water. So you can go out there, take out your phone, open it up, click the off button on your aerator, and boom, it's off. No reaching down, having to unplug it. So that's one of the features and the ways you can use the on-off switch that's on your phone in the app. Let's check out the on-off switch function, but we're gonna actually use pond lighting. Yes, you can attach it to your pond lights too, so you can turn them on and off whenever you want. So let's do it. Boom, lights out. So now your lights are out. You go out to the pond, you're going out there and you want to turn those lights on in the pond. And boom. Yeah, click a button, the lights are on. How cool is that? But we actually have another really cool feature. Aquascape actually has color changing lights. And what you can do with this app is actually change the color of your lighting with the app. You just click some buttons, see how the color is changing again, changing again. I just love it. I think it's awesome. How cool is it? You can go outside, sit back, relax by your pond, turn the lights on or off, change the color of your lights if you have the color changing lights just from sitting and using your phone. So that's the awesome, awesome function of the on-off switch and what you can do to it. So let's go on to the next one. Oh!
All right, let's party.
All right, guys, we just rolled up on a really rather large pond that we take care of during summer months, during the winter months too. This is a perfect pond to kind of go over another function of this awesome smart plug that's new for 2020. The pond doesn't look great because it's winter, but let me just kind of show you a little bit about what's going on. So if we walk over here, right over here, you can see there's a waterfall here. There's a pump over there. You turn over here, there's a pump right there as well. And then up there, there's all kinds of waterfalls and pumps back up in there as well. So how could this smart plug actually help? Well, there's so much going on here. There's 4 pumps on this pond, waterfalls everywhere, and it doesn't all need to run at the same time. So with the smart plug, what you can do is you can plug devices like pumps and lights into it, and on the app, it has an internal function where you can set timers or automations to make those things go on and off when you want. So let's say, for example, you have 2 waterfalls on your pond, but you only really need 1 running because 1 is the main function and the filtration system. So that other waterfall pump that you have that doesn't need to run all the time, you can set to a timer. Set it to come on in the mornings when you know you're going to be out there. Set it to go off during the day when you know you're not going to be around, and then turn it back on at night. Another cool thing is you can do this with lighting. A lot of times we rely on photo cells to turn our lights on and off. Sometimes they work, sometimes they just don't. And if we have a really cloudy day or bad thunderstorms, those photo cells are going to turn your lights on, and they're not going to come on for you at night because it won't reset. So they'll come on during the day, and then at nighttime you don't have any lights. But with the app, you can set them to come on at a certain time, and it'll take into account daylight savings times too. So you don't need to go out there and fix your timer, because in the past we've just used the mechanical timers, and sometimes they don't work, or maybe you push the button wrong, or if you lose power, then you got to go back out there and reset it. With the app, you don't. So this is, I think, one of the really cool functions. You don't have all these timers all over the place, and you have the ability to turn features on and off when you want and when you want them to run. Hey, we made it back. That was a great adventure. Thanks for taking it with me. And I hope you learned a little something about this new product. Oh, wait a minute. There's one last really awesome thing I wanted to share with you that this thing can do. It can send you notifications. So let's say you're on vacation, your pond is running, you're on vacation, you're sitting on the beach, you have your favorite cocktail in hand, and your pump stops working. Your app will actually get a notification that says your pump stopped working. And then you can contact your neighbor or your pond guy and have him go out there and check that pump to see what might be happening. Maybe the pump died, maybe it's clogged, maybe the GFI just tripped and needs to be fixed. But that's something that needs to be taken care of quickly, swiftly, and if you didn't have this app and it didn't notify you, you wouldn't know you till you got home, and that could be a real problem for your fish. Or, instead of it notifying you, you could have your pond professional keep tabs on it while you're away to make sure everything is functioning correctly, because all you have to do is go into the app and it'll tell you whether or not that device is running. This little gadget really is one of the coolest little devices that's come out for the pond hobbyists in quite a few years. We absolutely love it. It's simple. It's just an outlet, but it provides so many uses for your pond. Just the simple fact that it allows you to organize your outlets better, so it's easier to find what plug goes to what device is invaluable. Saves time, makes it easier, and you don't have so much clutter out there by your outlet. It'll replace labels, it'll replace all those timers that you have out there, and it'll give you peace of mind when you're away to know if any of those devices had stopped working, especially that pump. Thank you very much for watching this week's Weekly Ribbit. We hope you learned a little bit of something. If you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. Have a great day.